What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and as you know, today is the big day. Today is the day that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had announced that he wanted to have everything ready in the Senate for a vote to proceed with the first part of the infrastructure bill, and he also wanted to have the second portion, that stimulus provision package, agreed upon in all the Democratic caucus. Well, we have an update, breaking news that just came out in the last hour as we're now hearing what's likely going to be unfolding today. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, as I mentioned, we heard Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he wanted to push this through, speed up the process. People were saying we don't have anything ready. Republicans were saying that they were getting upset, but we saw articles still coming out like this morning. Take a look. Schumer forcing procedural vote on compromise infrastructure plan, putting bipartisan bill at risk. And we're hearing that the risk is Republicans might pull away, things might fall apart, and then Democrats will have to start over and try to do one massive reconciliation package. However, in just the last hour, we're now seeing articles come out like this. Take a look. Infrastructure bill expected to fail the first test vote. And that's right, we're hearing Republicans say there will be none of them voting to pass this bipartisan bill. So what they're going to have to do is either one of two things. They're either going to have to extend out the deadline to have them work on it some more because they're not going to be passing the vote to start this process, or they're going to have to scrap it altogether, as we mentioned, and do one massive reconciliation bill supported only by Democrats. Here's another article that just came out. Infrastructure bill is still being negotiated. Republicans to block the key Senate vote, top GOP senators say. And here's another one that we're going to be looking at in more detail in this video. Republicans plan to block vote on bipartisan infrastructure bill, pushing for more time to write it. So you guys, I'm going to dive into this article, get you caught up on the details as to what they're saying, the new timeline that we could be seeing, and you can know what's happening with infrastructure and stimulus as of today, July 21st, 2021. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, don't forget to take a second to just smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. Also, leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts, and share this out with other people if you think it's going to help them out as well. Those gestures just take a second. Really help me out a ton. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can join the viewing community. Come and join the Ram fam, and I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's happening. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me, and I go through all those DMs and do my best to respond to all of your questions. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest that we've just heard in the last hour as to what's going to be unfolding today in the Senate regarding infrastructure and stimulus. All right, you guys, so as always, link in the description below to this article that just came out less than an hour ago, and I always cite my sources so you know I'm not making random stuff up. Now, this article says Republicans plan to block the vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, pushing for more time to write it. Now, the article says Senate Republicans are expected to block a vote Wednesday to start debate on the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill as they push for more time to strike a deal with Democrats and write the legislation. We've heard a lot of them say, we don't even have anything written yet. We're not going to be voting on something that doesn't even exist. We don't have a bill to vote on. Now, I just think that's like hilarious. Let's keep reading. But lawmakers said that their negotiations will intensify over the next few days with the goal of trying again to advance the measure by early next week. So essentially, that's going to be the new timeline. They want to try to get this done early next week. So they're moving it back another week. Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer defended his decision to set up the vote despite Republican opposition, pointing out that the bipartisan group has spent more than a month negotiating. He said Wednesday that bipartisan negotiations are, quote, close to finalizing their product, and that the GOP senators should, quote, should feel comfortable voting to move forward today. We all want the same thing, to pass a bipartisan infrastructure bill, said Schumer. But in order to finish the bill, we first need to start. So he wanted to start to begin the process on this, and they said, we're not doing that until we have something physical, tangible in hand. Now, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said the push to advance the bill is a, quote, stunt that is set to fail because negotiators have not finalized an agreement, and therefore it's premature to begin debate on the bill. Around here, we typically write the bills before we vote on them, said the Kentucky Republican on the Senate floor. That's the custom. Now, McConnell added that he also expects that after a final agreement is reached among bipartisan negotiators in the coming days, the bipartisan effort is one part of a two-track strategy to advance the White House's sweeping economic agenda as Democrats lay the groundwork to advance a $3.5 trillion package expanding social safety net. Democrats have suggested that some elements of the bipartisan plan could be rolled into the Democrat-only package if they can advance the narrower measure. Some moderate Democrats, however, are already wary of adding to the eye-popping price tag of $3.5 trillion, which is by far the largest we have seen so far. And what we're hearing is that is going to be the part that's going to have all those stimulus provisions that will have money going to people. We could see an extension of the child tax credit. We could see free college tuition, free childcare, potentially a forced stimulus check. There's a lot of suggested proposals on the table. When this is going to be written, we will see what actually makes it in the bill, and I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. Now, reading on, it says that in June, the White House and a bipartisan Senate group agreed to a $579 billion in new spending to build roads, bridges, rails, and airports, along with water, power, and broadband infrastructure projects. But lawmakers have since struggled over how to pay for this massive investment, and this is without a doubt the major hang-up on this bill. It says they made their task even harder by agreeing to scrap a provision that would have strengthened the Internal Revenue Service's ability to collect unpaid taxes, which would have raised up to $100 billion in government revenue. They also haven't resolved other issues, including how much transit funding to provide, according to the Senate GOP source. Now, Utah Senator Mitt Romney, one of the Republican negotiators, said Tuesday that the senators had resolved probably 3/4 of their issues in the last 2 days and predicted that they could work out the rest by the end of the week. So we're hoping that by the end of the week, they'll have this all finalized and they'll have it ready for a vote by early next week. Now, Romney said that he wanted to vote to be pushed back to the beginning of next week. And he said, I am hoping that Senator Schumer will have the vote on Monday when we've had a chance to resolve any remaining outstanding issues. So you guys, that is the breaking news that literally just came out about an hour ago. We're seeing articles pop up as we're hearing confirmation that the GOP will not be voting to pass this. So it's very likely today we will see this hit the Senate floor, the vote to proceed on this bill, and it's likely not going to pass. It's going to fail. Now, if anything changes, if by chance 10 Republican senators do vote for it, no, I will hop on here right away and get you caught up on the latest. But as it stands, it looks like this is not going to pass. So wanted to share that with you guys. Share with me your thoughts in the comments down below. Hopefully they'll get this done here by the end of the week. Maybe we'll have a vote on it early next week, and they'll proceed with the first part of the infrastructure bill, and then we can focus on the second portion, which is going to be that stimulus package, the American Families Plan for human infrastructure. And I'll be sure to keep you up to date on all of that as it unfolds. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. As always, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Also, if you didn't hear the latest on the new unemployment tax refund wave that's going to be hitting, be sure to check out the video that I uploaded earlier this morning, as we now have a new date for that arrival. And also, you guys, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. You can join the viewing community, the Ram fam, and I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff. And don't forget, if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Guaranteed videos and random videos throughout the day as news pops up. With that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.